Sometimes you see a game, you take a chance, and it turns out extremely well. This one is actually surprising. I'm going to talk about Chorus. This is available on PlayStation and Xbox. The footage you see here is Xbox Series S, and here we go. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, think about subscribing, hitting the like button. I took a chance with a game called Chorus. I saw it announced a long time ago during an Xbox event. It looked interesting to me. I haven't played a space shooter in quite some time, and it just looked different to me. So let's get all the synopsis about the game out of the way first. You play as Nara. She's a pilot with a checkered past, and her sentient starfighter Forsaken must work together to defeat the Circle. They're an oppressive cult led by the Great Prophet who seek to dominate the whole universe. The game was developed by Fish Labs, mostly known for Galaxy on Fire series on mobile devices. It was started in 2017, was announced May 7th, 2020 during Microsoft's X 2020 event, and the game is released for Windows, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Stadia, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series S, and Xbox Series S. It came out December 3rd of 2021. Now, I took a chance. This game is $40. I am playing it here. This footage is all from the Xbox Series S. So essentially, I'm going to describe what this game feels like to play. I'm not going to give you a breakdown of score, anything like that. If you played and you like third-person action adventures where you have a character for third person and you're exploring a world, think about those experiences, but doing it with a starship. And I know it sounds weird, because a starship essentially is constant motion and fighting, almost like a dog fighting simulation, but that isn't this. Your ship is unique in its capabilities. So, like right here, I'm in the bowels of this ship here, and I'm exploring, and I can actually maneuver. I can stop. I can almost walk forward and backward. It feels like a third-person action adventure. I know that's weird, but there's this element of exploration in this game, along with the fighting, that the traditional fighting that you would expect in a fighting simulator or a flight sim. But there are elements to this game that are completely being undersold, I think, in a lot of the reviews. And if you're into action, adventure, exploration, I know, again, it sounds strange, but this ship is essentially a character in third person, because you can stop, you can maneuver, you can go left, right, you can scan. There's a lot of the story uncovered through just exploration, the same way it's done in third-person action adventures. And then you get to those segments where you're actually using the fighter in the traditional sense, and it becomes sort of this dog fighting simulation game. There's almost two different games here, and both of them work extremely well. It's very surprising to me that this game is as fun and interesting as it is. Now, once you get into that open world, your starship Forsaken can be armed with a variety of weapons such as missile launchers, Gatling guns, and laser cannons. There are also 3 slots for mods, which can be used to alter the ship's performance in combat, and that's where the maneuverability and that almost third-person action-adventure feel come from. In addition to the main line story, you can also complete various optional quests. As Nara explores the world, she encounters various ancient temples, and upon exploring these temples and solving puzzles, you gain ether powers that grant her new combat abilities. For instance, there's this one mission called Right of the Hunt, and it allows your ship Forsaken to warp directly behind enemies while you're fighting. So it's not just this sort of simulation dogfighting. There's so many aspects to this game in terms of the gameplay, the maneuverability, the exploration. It really feels like a third-person action adventure when you get all of these different abilities for your ship, and you can sort of slow down, explore, pivot left, pivot right, scan. The story evolves organically if you scan the various different objectives. It just feels really good. And graphically, take a look at the game. I mean, it looks absolutely incredible. It's not just this sort of black space dark simulator where there's nothing. There's these colors, there's these different hues, the nebulas. Everything looks so good, and it makes you want to explore. You get these sort of warp gates a la Mass Effect, and you warp to different open world areas. Now, it's not completely open, but think of something like Halo Infinite. Each different chunk of the world unlocks as you explore it, but each chunk is pretty sizable, and there's a lot to do. And I found it to be one of those games that you start to play and then you just keep playing. It's not just about combat, it's not just about dogfighting, but those aspects as well feel really good. And it would take some getting used to with the controls, because you have to sort of figure out on one of the bumpers, I believe it's left bumper, once you get this ability, you can essentially do these really quick turns and maneuver behind ships, because your ship is this sentient being and you have these abilities that no one else has. And it does take some getting used to, but once you master the controls, it opens up so much in terms of the combat, and then you apply it to the exploration. You can get places that you haven't been before. You can progress the story through side quests, not just the main quest. It's very interesting. And like I said, it's not just the black bleakness of space that you're in. Take a look at this scene here. I mean, there's color everywhere. The use of lighting, the particle effects, everything comes together graphically to give you something that I really, really like. I like the look of this game. Again, resolution and frame rate, I have no idea. The game looks great. Play it. Beautiful, beautiful game. A lot of surprises when it comes to this game. I took a chance. I saw it a long time ago and I decided, why not? Let's check it out. And I'm really surprised by this. The game's $40, so it might be a big spend for some people. You actually have to buy the game. I don't believe it's available on any subscription service or anything like that. But I do think it's definitely worth your time if you're interested in these type of games. If you're interested in old school sort of simulation shooters and how they could evolve today to give people something more to do than just fly around and shoot things. Let me know what you think about this game if you played it in the comment section below, or let me know what you think about this video. Has it given you a little bit more excitement to try this game out? I think Chorus is one of those games that over time people will appreciate. I don't think people are going to jump to this game right away, but I think it's a mistake, because I do think it's a very unique title, and it's a shame that more people aren't checking it out. So I think it's definitely worth your time if you're into something that requires some time, that has a really interesting, deep story. It's almost told in the way that Hellblade, the original game, was told, because Nara, the pilot, has this sort of inner voice that talks to herself while she's in the middle of combat or while she's doing things. And it's really interesting the way they tell the story. Check this game out. Let me know what you think about this video in the comment section below. Again, think about subscribing, hit the like button, it'll help me grow the channel. Chorus is definitely a game that I think you'll enjoy. Check it out. It's available everywhere, so there's no excuse not to try it. It does take some getting used to, again, with the control scheme, but once you do, there's just a lot to do in this game. You get a lot for your $40, so I hope that it does well, and I hope this video got you excited to maybe give it a second look. Let me know what you think in the comments section below. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.